Okay. I just got finished shuffling. Um, I'm going to start a reading in a minute or two, but what I wanted to talk about first was basically Christ consciousness. Okay, you have to understand why you are supposed to know yourself. Okay, um, I, I had to write it down earlier so I wouldn't forget what I was trying to say. Um, but I've always talked about balance, okay, and consistency. Okay, the more you do something, the better you become. But you have to have balance within yourself. And balance means all emotions, all the energy that you carry within yourself, you have to have balance for. Because if not, too much of anything is basically toxic. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. It doesn't matter if it's just nonchalant. Too much of it is not good. And you see the people that have that type of mentality, nonchalant, they don't like to really speak up, talk, or discuss anything. They don't give a care. But they do it too many times. How is somebody supposed to interact with them? But you have people that are like this, and they get upset because they think people actually know what they want, and they don't. You can't be upset when you don't open your mouth. Closed mouths don't get fed. Too much is good. Too much of good is actually toxic. It's bad. And that right there, the only reason that is because people can be so good and doing things out of the kindness of their hearts so much that they get taken advantage of and they get pulled out of their own element because they're always being taken advantage of by always helping others, and people will always go back and pounce on these people, you know, because these are the people pleasers. Oh, they'll always do this. Oh, they'll always do that. They'll always be there. No, they won't. The ones that actually get sick and tired of their bullshit, basically. No, they won't. You can be a good person without being taken advantage of. Just like people like to tell you no when you need something. Just like people have no second thought of hurting your feelings. Oh, get over it. Everybody passes away. But yet and still you can sit here and cry over your brother, right? But it's not okay for me to cry over my grandfather. Yeah, that shit happens. They want to sit here and they want to be coddled and have excuses for doing what they do to people, allowing people to do what they want to others, just because they know that they can take it and that they'll put up with it. But the attitude comes when that kindness stops, and then they get a monster instead to deal with. And then you become the bad guy to everybody, no matter who they are, because you already know who they all are. Too much bad, you already know. That's fucking toxic as shit. It's not good. It's not good at all. Um, because this is the thing. If you're not balanced within all that you are, all the energy that you carry, if you don't know who you are and you're not balancing yourself, you are basically allowing what's in you to run you. And you're not running yourself. You're not running your vessel. You're not sitting here paving your way in this life. But you are allowing something else to sit here and guide you. And that's the thing. When you're unbalanced, everybody has a little bit of something in them. You know, some people are a little gluttony, a little greedy, a little, envious. They carry jealousy, they carry lustful energies. All this stuff is here. But the thing is, you have to have balance within them, or else they manifest into what they are and what people know them as sins. And I said this years ago, sins are nothing but knowledge. Knowledge of the fucking sin. That's it. There's people that sit here and lose their damn souls because of stupidity, being ignorant, because they don't care until it's too late. But then it's too late. Alright, so what I wrote down earlier. Now, what I've always stated before was, this world is backwards. Take a second and think about everything that happens. Think about the words that you use. Look at the spelling and everything. The double is the lived. The lived is us, me and you. If you look at it like, oh yeah, they're the double. This, okay, yeah. Guess what? I'm living. I'm the fucking lived. I'm a living freaking person. Yes. So you do have different type of devils walking around this earth. They're not all bad. They're not. You have to understand. This world is going to sit here and they're going to say whatever they need and want to say to keep people from growing. Okay? When you're unbalanced, okay, when you don't heal properly and you have hidden traumas or things that you just refuse to deal with, you carry that shit within you. It doesn't go away. It builds. And guess what? When you don't heal and you're interacting with multiple people, whether it's just friendships, whether it's intimacy, you're adding to your shit. And guess what you're adding? Everybody else's. So you want to talk about spirits, you want to talk about demons, you want to talk about all this stuff manifesting into this world? You know why? Because people don't fucking heal themselves. They want to walk around here and they're just perfectly fine with the way they are. Because nobody wants to admit that they have issues. We all have fucking issues here. Not everybody's issue is the same. A person that has little to nothing are going to have very different issues than a person that has almost any and everything they want and need. But this is the one thing that people don't understand and they don't think about. When you come from having lack and then you come from having it all, you both come from two different worlds that are coinciding with each other, interacting with each other. Okay? You won't even know anything until you start speaking to somebody. But yet and still, y'all both have issues. Their issue might be somebody to clean their fucking house. Oh shit, my maid, I don't have my maid. I need a fucking maid. I need a nanny. This person in lack is going to look at them like, you don't have no fucking issues. Watch your own damn kids, right? No. You're used to doing that. So now you're acting like that their issue, something that they never had to deal with. Okay? And I'm just using like the first example that just came to mind, okay? you're going to sit here and downplay somebody's issue because I guess they can afford it. Just like somebody from this area is going to downplay whatever issue this person's talking about and not seem to have a real concern or, you know, what have you. Because to them it's, well, why can't you just get it? Like, oh, that's nothing. Just, get another car seat. Oh, get another car, Just, I would have just, gave this away. I would have just did this. I would have just did. You have the options because you have the means. They don't have the means, so they don't have the options. But y'all both have issues. But y'all both will sit here and judge each other. But not everybody. Not everybody does it. And so that's the beautiful thing. Because when you're balanced and everything and you're able to open your eyes and see everything around you for what it is and what it actually, could be behind it. Okay? You will sit here, you tend to understand a lot more about where people come from when they start doing and acting in certain ways. Instead of casting judgment among people that you don't even know. Let me read what's on this damn paper before it gets any longer. Okay, so Christ consciousness. Okay, you have balance. Balance is key to life, and this is what people don't understand. Okay, the devil is the lived. Demons within the living that are unbalanced and manifested in multiple ways, which are the sins that I just talked about, right? We all know of them. And like I said, sins are knowledge. They are. And to each their own sin, as I use the example for. This is why you have to know who you are. Everybody has to have a shadow side, okay? And I said this a while ago in a reading a while ago, a few months back. But this is why it's important to know yourselves. Like, I used to call my kids balls of energy, okay? Because they were always ripping and running everywhere, right? Well, get this. You come into this world in your energy, but you're bundled up and wrapped up in your parents' energy. And your parents, if they're not healed individuals, guess what? You got their energy. You got whoever they've been with energy that was all tied up in them when you were created. Because you're passing through them. You're passing into this world from them being brought together. So think about that. If you have both sides that are not healed in multiple areas and nobody ever took care of anything within themselves and gotten over anything and was unbalanced, okay? Yeah, you're going to create a mess of a litter of kids, okay? Your brood is going to be, what it is. This is why people have different things. This is why I said before, it will show within your children. It will show up within your life. See, that's the beauty of the universe. And yes, it is beauty because the universe is so well created and it just knows who and how to deal with what it needs to deal with by the way that we're brought in here. So yeah, you could be around a crappy individual, right? And they could be getting every single thing that they want around them throughout life. And yeah, it may look like, well, you know that this person is, shitty. Short and simple, shitty. What the fuck? Guess what? That shitty ass individual. Okay. Their heart still has to be weighed at the end of the day. Number two, if they bring in children, that fucked up individual done pass that shit down the line. And if they don't know how to heal themselves and they don't help their children, all they're going to do is add onto it. This is what I mean by it's passed on down the line. The universe has a way of knowing who is going to do the work and who will not. And the people that don't, they just won't. They're done with. It's going to be game over. This is the information age. As a friend reminded me earlier, I said that at the top of the year too. Welcome to the new age. It's the new age of information. Everything is going to be seen and everything is going to be shown. Whether it's liked or not. So that's the one thing people need to get in their heads, and also, either learn to deal with it or walk in your fucking truth. So, those shadow sides. What did I say about the devil before? The prince of this world. The ruler of this world. This physical reality. Is the living, which is the lived. Everybody who has lived before us and are living now are all going to be considered people who has lived. We are all the devil in one way, shape, or form. Now, many names come with that. Why? Because we're all individuals. Just like my name is Lestina. Just like somebody else's name could be Zelma, like my grandmother. Okay? We all have our own names, just like the spirits that manifests into the demons that they can become. Not every spirit is a demon. Understand that. But also remember, demons are also angels. Everything has a shadow side. Everything has a light side. The prince of this world is the devil. That what rules physical reality. Now, in turn, you have spiritual. You have creation. You have source. God lives within us. We are an embodiment of this creation, this divine. We are a divine creation. And this is what people don't understand. They think it's blasphemy to sit here and say this shit about yourself. Do you know who you are? Because you're trying to stop people from knowing who they are. Because you don't want to learn yourself. Because you don't want to do the work. People think that this is all there is. People think that this is what matters. No. This is just an embodiment of what happens with energy behind this veil. And that's it. You judge books by their covers without even fucking turning the first page. You cast judgment. And then you wonder why shit happens the way that it does. But see, some people can get away with doing bullshit until they do bullshit to the wrong person. I'll tell you that right now. It's fucked up. But some people, they like to test their luck. I just like to mind my business. People try to get me involved in other shit. I like to mind my business. Like I said, I don't do anything unless I was forced. But I got to the point where towards I can't be forced to do a goddamn thing unless I want to. It is what it is. Fucking with me can cause problems. And it's not just me. There's more of us out there. You fuck with the wrong person, you cause problems within your own life. And the life of your loved ones. Like I said, shadow side. Do you know what's running your vessel? Because what else I put down here was the question is who's walking within your vessel? Energy is tricky when you're easily fooled, which it is. If you can be easily manipulated, well, you're going to be screwed. And there's people that love fucking tactics. Okay, but not every tactic is a bad one. Sometimes they're just there because people are scared to speak up and talk and communicate, so they have to, go in underhandedly, I don't want to say underhandedly, but sneaky, like, and even though they may mean no harm, and it's just like, dude, that's not the way to do it, because it's the wrong vibe. You don't do that shit. That's like that whole catfishing thing. Like, if you know that, you're going to go see this person, why are you going to sit there and say that, you're a size, 5 or some shit, or that you're like 6 foot tall, knowing damn well you're like 5'5", 5'6", and that, you're like a freaking 12 or something, like, seriously. Like, you don't think it's going to be a problem? Did you think about how you would feel if that was you, if y'all swapped positions? Like, yeah. If you were me and I were you, and you showed up and seen you, like, what the fuck would you still be friendly? Would you be understanding? Or is it because, oh, well, look, you lied to me about 1, 2, 3. So what makes me think that, that personality was actually really yours? You were just really trying to get somebody to come to you. Like, really? People do shit like that. It's sad. Because people, they do that shit even when it's not online. They can do that shit to your face. That's why I said tricky. Energy is tricky. They can do that shit to your face. They can act like they're something that they are not in front of your face. The energy will tell it all. And there's a Queen of Swords that's in the reverse. Okay? Queen of Swords is in the reverse, and there is a 6 of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so this is a past situation with this Queen of Wands, not Queen of Swords. Past situation. King of Pentacles in the reverse. Alright, so there's a Queen of Wands. More than likely this is like a promiscuous. I know I said that wrong. This is a very lustful type of individual. She operates in her desiring type of sexual natures, okay? She's very sexual being, and she's in the reverse, which means she's using that nature of hers to her advantage. She could be very cutthroat too, because she is in the reverse, okay? Um, I'm gonna have to make two parts because that little spill that I was doing at first, yeah, it came out too long, and then I still didn't even read the paragraph the way I was supposed to read it. I chopped it all up. Okay, now there's a 10 of Wands that's crossing over these two. So this is a past ordeal between this King of Pentacles in the reverse and this Queen of Wands in the reverse. They were basically matching each other's frequency. They're both in the reverse, which means they're both within their lower nature. They're both acting out of ego, tactical. They use what they use what they got to get what they want. They're stuck in a 10 of Wands. Okay, so this is like a burden. Like I said, ordeals. Having trouble putting the past behind them. Okay, so somebody's having trouble putting the past behind them, it looks like. They both are. Okay, and it's a past that has to do with this Queen of Wands. Okay, and the one who is not letting it go is this King of Pentacles. Okay. But he's also in the reverse, so she could be bringing up stuff that he's doing too, or has done. Either that, or just trying to just cause conflict or something because, whatever she did in the past, he's not letting go. And take the energies however they are. The Queen of Wands could be a man. The King of Pentacles could be a woman. Okay, just fit them however they fit in your situation, if they fit at all. Okay. Judgment. Judgment is being called on this situation. Okay. And this took a while to happen, and with the Hermit crossing over these two, it's really telling me this situation took a while to actually have a judgment call placed over it. Oh, hell no. No, 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 no. There's no fucking way. We have the Six of Swords crossing over this King of Pentacles. This King of Pentacles could be moving forward in a situation, okay, towards an Empress in the upright. And if it's not towards an Empress in the upright, it could be a Queen of Pentacles that's crossing over this situation in a distance. So there could be two other people that this King of Pentacles is moving towards. One is the Empress and she's in the upright, and the other is a Queen of Pentacles and she's stuck. The fuck? Shit. That's telling me that, okay, that's an energy that somebody's carrying. Okay, so there's two people definitely, but this other energy is stuck. Tell me about this Queen of Pentacles. What is this Queen of Pentacles? I'm trying to hurry before my time goes up because I know I'm going to have to make a part 2 because of this. High Priestess crossing over. Ten of Swords in the reverse. Something's going on with this fucking Queen of Pentacles. I'm getting false High Priestess vibes. Because not only was she flipped over, where she was like face down when she came out sideways. Like, I feel like somebody really wasn't trying to be... They were trying to play, you know, neutral to a situation. But in all actuality, the Ten of Swords in the reverse, they didn't want to see somebody, they didn't want somebody to see that they wanted something over and done with. They were secretly backstabbing with the Ten of Swords in the reverse. Somebody could have been going to a High Priestess and getting some information. Okay, this High Priestess could have act like that they had funds, you know, that they were more than what they were, basically. Okay? But we have this Ten of Swords in the reverse that's coming out with this. This High Priestess, okay, this pretender, this poser, they backstabbed somebody. They thought that it was going to be okay, that they were going to get away with it. They ended up backstabbing somebody, and they ended up trying to stop it. The Empress is still alone, so nothing's touching the Empress. Nothing.